Viewers, today we are in Nyeri County, in Karatina, and we visit the home of Reverend Richard Wawathure, and we hear the story of Reverend Wawathure, who was obedient to the call of God, even when it was quite inconveniencing for his family. And so we welcome you to listen to his story and to interact with him in our discussion with him as we go to his home and record his narrative. Welcome. Welcome to the program, Reverend Richard. Take a minute and introduce yourself to the viewers.
Thank you. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Reverend Karemi, because of getting this opportunity to come and visit me at my home. I'm Reverend Richard Wawathure. I'm a born-again Christian. I love the Lord as my personal Savior since 1972 to date. I know what He has done for me and the journey that I have come. I know it was not very simple, but the Lord has made it. This area is called Karidodo. Karidodo is in Karatina town. And the Karidodo is in Konyo location. Peter Shira, sub-location ya Konyo, Peter Shira location, Madera East, Nyeri County. Yes. And this is where we reside, I and my family, my wife and I, and my children when they come. Because they are not here. We are only two.
Okay.
My wife and I.
Yes.
We are only two.
Okay.
And I'm happy to be interviewed by you. It is a history to me because I have never in my life seen somebody to coming near me and asking me some questions.
Okay.
So I'm very, very happy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming us here.
Thank you, Karibuni.
Let me know, Reverend Richard, where were you born and raised? Is it in this area?
This is my father's land.
Okay.
So I was born here. I was raised here. This area is called Gatakaini. This is my child. This is my lad that I was given by my father. This is my brother's one. The other one, my brother, and my sister at the end. So I was born here. I was raised here. I went to school there at Karidodo Primary School. I was just crossing here.
Okay.
And going to school. That is. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was born here.
So how did you grow up? Were you brought up by Christian parents?
Somehow. My parent was a Christian somehow.
Somehow.
And my mother became a Christian. I am a pastor.
Wow, okay.
And there was a reason for that. She was unwell. We were brought up by single father parent. That is my mother, my father. Because my mother couldn't do nothing to help us grow well. So we were brought up by my father. Just this area. Okay. And we are happy for that. Though now they are deceased. They left us in 2005. That is when my mother went and my father followed 2005.
Okay. Oh, the same year?
The same year.
Both of them died the same year?
The same year. They loved each other. Although she was not so strong, she was Irish, she had that ailment. She loved us, and my father loved us, and they all loved
Each other.
they loved each other.
Yes, okay. Wow. Okay. So now that you were not brought up by Christian parents somehow,
They were not.
how did you find your way into Christianity?
It is a long story.
Yes, that is what we want to hear.
When in 1961,
Yeah.
because that's when I went to school, Standard 1, 1961. An elder called Wawathure at Wawathure took us to Daroine for catechism,
Okay.
so that we can start the catechism. And we were done that. And when we returned here at Karidod, by then we were fellowshipping at the primary school that time. And I was a committed Sunday school kid, but there came a time a teacher, because that was compulsory, asked me of yesterday's lesson when we were in the Sunday school.
Yeah.
And I had forgotten.
Yes.
So he hated me.
For
He
forgetting what
hated
you
me
had.
for forgetting the lesson that was taught that
Wow,
Sunday.
Wow.
Because of that, I decided to leave
Okay.
the church. So I stayed out until I went to secondary school. That's when I turned
To church.
to church.
Wow. Wow.
And that is when I was baptized, or in high school. That is when. Because of that, teacher who hated me. And because when I became a gentleman, and I decided to join Sunday school teaching, he also came to teach with me, Sunday school. And we went on
With him.
with him. And I was reminding him, we know you are the one who expelled me from continuing with the Sunday school.
So
When he was
say?
a teacher, it
Uh,
was funny.
what would he say in response to
He was
that?
just laughing.
Uh,
He was just laughing. So we went that way.
okay.
And when I finished the high school, I decided not to continue with any other job. So I decided to be an evangelist. And I consulted my parish to take me as the evangelist, because I heard there was something in me that I can offer to the church.
Oh, yes.
And because there was no evangelist in this parish, in that parish, Madaidi, they were very happy. So they took me, and they employed me as their evangelist. And I went on as an evangelist for 11 years,
Wow. Okay.
being a catechist. Yeah,
11 years.
11 years.
Okay.
After 11 years, that's when I was accepted to join the pastoral institution for full-time ministry.
When was that?
1986.
1986.
Yeah.
Okay.
We joined as a group of 40 grown-ups, because we are grown-ups.
Yes, I know.
By then I had my wife and some kids, and I think
When did you get married?
1975.
1975.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. As an evangelist.
As an evangelist,
Yes.
and I was very happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Now when we were at the pastoral, that's when my last born was born, in 1987, because that's when we were leaving the pastoral. And there are other 6, 8, 7. So I have 8 children.
Okay.
and my wife. We are 10 in the family.
Okay.
We are 10, and we are happy.
Yeah, you're right.
We are happy.
Mm-hmm.
When I finished pastoral, some good Samaritan, a parish minister, and I think he was the Deputy Secretary General, he decided to send us to Rift Valley, Nakuru. By then, Nakuru was being subdivided into 4 parishes. By then, that is Dodoli, Bahati, Nakuru West, and Dr. Adha. And I was assigned in Dodoli parish for my practical. When I was sent there, I decided, now, here we are near Karatina town, and I would not like my family to suffer. So I decided to go with them. All of us, 10. So we went to Nakuru Dodoli to serve the Lord. We came back when I retired.
To this home?
To this home. We came back when I returned, 2017. That is when we came back. Though we were visiting, we have never resided here. Until 2017 when I retired, normally. And I'm very happy.
Okay. So when did you build this home?
This one, when I went to Kiabu, that is Kiratina Parish, I was transferred to Nanyuki, Lagati Parish. My good friends in Lagati visited me, and they told me, Pastor, we know you are now getting old. Time is running. And we know you pastors, how you live. You reside in the pastors' houses for long without thinking of your home. So we urge you, when you leave us and go back to near your home, please do something. So the little they gave me, I decided to start building. Okay. And I went to Sako for more, to borrow, to do what, until it was finished. Okay. In 2008. Okay. That is when it was. But I decided not to come and I reside here. Okay. We just left it until 2017 when I retired. Okay. So now, your journey into ministry, what one particular thing, or maybe there are some people who say that so and so made me desire to become a minister. Do you have a particular minister that really worked with you and you felt that you would want when
to
I
go
was an evangelist, you know, I worked with the many ministers. Some of them had been urging me, and still I had the call of the Lord to serve Him, even as an evangelist. And now they started urging me, why don't you join
the ordained ministry?
The ministry? You know, by let's say I was pushed by some ministers for that, and I'm very happy for that. Okay. There was somebody behind that, and I joined that one. Okay, yeah, that is how I became a minister, because there was somebody
was pushing
who became my example.
Okay. Who was this, if you were to ask?
If I had to ask, there was Duncan Bogo.
Duncan Bogo, the late Duncan Bogo.
The late Duncan Bogo. Okay. The way he was serving.
Yes, I know.
I admired. I admired.
Yes.
Then he already Kamore. Shows.
Okay.
I admired them. The way he was serving.
Yeah. And you were feeling that you would want to be like Bwana Duncan. It was just Bwana Duncan.
That because of them, when I went to Dodoli, that parish I had no minister to mentor me. Only a retired minister who was coming from his home, Kenago, Koajoi. He was coming on Saturday. I take him to the church. After service, he goes back. But the other responsibility and duties of a parish minister, I was the one who was doing. Though I was not baptizing or any that sacrament. But others, visiting people, praying for them, I was acting like a minister there.
Yeah. And you were well grounded.
Because I was well grounded here for 11 years. Not a simple job that was done by those ministers.
Yeah, I can
So,
understand. Okay.
I was strong.
Yeah.
And I know the church.
That foundation is very important, and it's also
And
very
I know
important
this church.
For
I know
ministers
it.
to prepare others. Yeah, for
They
ministry.
prepared me thoroughly. And well.
So, which and which presbyteries and regions did you serve during your active ministry?
The first presbytery is Tumutumu when I was an evangelist. Tumutumu. The larger Tumutumu. The other one is Rift Valley. After Rift Valley, I went to Kisumu.
Now, Rift Valley in Dodori.
In Dodori. Then I went to Naivasha.
Okay. Still in the same presbytery.
In the same presbytery. Then to Kisumu, she was in Western Kenya.
Western Kenya Presbytery.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Kisumu, I went to Cherangani, which was also in Western Kenya. Then after Cherangani, I came back to Central.
Okay.
That is Kabui Presbytery, Kiratina Parish. From Kiratina Parish to Tumutumu again. From Tumutumu to Nanyuki Presbytery. From Nanyuki to Kirimara West Presbytery. From Kirimara West back to Tumutumu, where I retired.
Oh, you retired in Tumutumu Presbytery?
Yeah, in Tumutumu Presbytery.
Oh, okay.
And that was my prayer.
Yeah.
And that is what I asked him, the deputy. By then he was a deputy secretary, Reverend Mutahi. And you know Mutahi, I mentored him when he was a kid, when I was an evangelist.
Yeah.
So he asked me, Mchungaji, Mwalimu, because now you are retiring, where would you like to go or retire? I told him, where I started as an evangelist, if it is possible, if you would feel it possible, I would like to go there, to go and retire there. So he sent me to Ishuga.
Oh, Sugar. Oh, you're in Sugar.
Yeah. That's when
the home area again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from Ishuga, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now. We will come to the issue of the challenges of a transition from one region and one presbytery to the other, and especially your ministry in Western Kenya Presbytery. How long were you there? Kisumu and Cherangani?
Nakuru, I stayed there. When I was ordained, I was sent to Mahela, the same presbytery. So I stayed for an year. After a year, Reverend Kamari died. You know Kamari?
Yeah, I hear about him. I didn't know
about him.
Kamari.
He was my classmate. And we were staying in one cube. And he died. I don't know which spirit went there at the appointment. I don't know which spirit. because after that 1 year, he was in Kisumu by then, and he died there in Kisumu. So the appointment, I don't know whether they knew he was my roommate and a classmate, that they take me to Kisumu. So I found myself being sent to Kisumu to take over,
your classmate and roommate.
to succeed my class roommate. And that's how I went to Kisumu, in Western Kenya. There I stayed for 3 years.
3 years, okay.
By then there was crashes. So the church decided also, I don't know, that I'm strong enough to to face what was happening in the country. So they moved from Kisumu
To Cherangani.
to Cherangani.
In the same region.
In the same region, in the same presbytery, because it was Western Kenya. DC, Nyanza, asked me because he was my friend. The church thought of taking you to where the crash is.
Oh, yeah, sure. Now, is this the 92 crashes or 97?
92.
92, okay.
So in 1993, I was in Cherangani. Yeah.
Wow, wow.
I told him, yes, if there are people, I'll go. And it was God's plan to go there. Because when I went there, Kikuyu, who were being harassed by the other tribes, they were bringing their titles to me. That my home is the only home that nobody can
touch.
Can attack. So I kept their titles. And they were very happy. And the crashes calmed there. There was no more crashes there. We stayed there.
Okay.
And there, Makiu, I just stayed 1 year. Somebody in the head office thought of removing me there. And I was taken to Lam, Mpeketoni.
Mpeketoni.
So I went to Mpeketoni.
From Cherangani to Mpeketoni?
Yes.
Wow. How did you transition?
It was simple.
Simple.
Because I accepted.
You accepted it? Okay.
I did not raise any
objection?
Any objection. No.
So you went to
because I knew where I was sent, there are people. And that's why I was called to serve people. Not animals, but people. Because Cherangani there were people, I accepted to go there to serve them. And that was God's purpose for me to be taken there. Because the predecessor, the one who was there was Karijini, and he was, people were suspecting him. So when I went there as a peacemaker, to give them peace of mind. And I was staying there. Although I stayed only 1 year, then
In Cherangani?
In Cherangani.
Yes.
1 year, then I was taken to Mpeketoni.
So now, and Kisumu, you were there 3 years?
3 years.
In Cherangani 1 year, then to Mpeketoni. I'm concerned
Let me
about...
tell you. Let me tell you. I told you, former Secretary General, when they knew what has happened, they decided to tell the incoming minister to stay at home, and my family to stay in the minister's months.
So when you were transferred from Cherangani to Mpeketoni, you did not go to Mpeketoni with your family?
No.
You left them in Cherangani?
I left them in Cherangani, in pastor's house.
And that was allowed?
And that was allowed by the presbytery. The presbytery accepted.
So that was a request from the head
office.
But the distance between Mpeketoni and
That's
Cherangani,
what I was questioning them. Because I have to go with my family. Which lorry can take me there?
Okay.
Who can pay for that transport? It was genuine.
Yeah, it was a genuine question. Now, I'm actually concerned that you went to Mpeketoni and your family has been left in Cherangani.
And I stayed there for 6 months or 7 months. I did not stay there. After GA, General Assembly, the mini appointment, moved me there.
From Ram?
From Ram, from Mpeketoni, back to Cherangani. Not
back
in another parish.
To Cherangani?
Not in another parish.
The same one?
To join my family, where I stayed for 4 years there.
Oh my goodness. You could be the only minister
that
I know who has served the same parish twice. and the family never moved.
No.
Wow. So 6 months. You were in Mpeketoni for only 6 or 7 months. Okay.
So we stayed there now for about 4 years. After 4 years, then and it was enough for me to stay there because I did what God wanted me to go and do. I was transferred now to Kiambu, Kabui Presbytery, Keratina Parish, where I stayed for 6 years. So now I'm being stabilized now. I'm getting stable now for 6 years.
Okay.
My children grew up. And the girls, gentlemen there, boys there. That's where my girls were married. And that is when they were married.
Okay.
When I was in Keratina Parish.
Keratina.
We did not come back with them here. They are there in Kiambu. All of them. Some in Katodo, some in Keratina Parish. Two were in Keratina Parish.
Okay. It was a blessing to have all your daughters getting married.
So I'm connected with the Keratina.
Yes.
By virtue of that, the family.
But eventually you came and retired when you
Then
came
I came to Mutumu Presbytery, Lagati Parish. Lagati Parish. That's where we came.
Okay.
There, we stayed for 5 years. And Tumutumu Presbytery was subdivided into 3 parish presbyteries.
Tumutumu, Kiganjo, and Nanyuki.
And Nanyuki.
Okay.
By then I was the parish minister. No, the moderator of the presbytery. And in our first meeting as a moderator of the presbytery, the first agenda is how to subdivide Tumutumu Presbytery. It took only 1 year to be subdivided into 3. So I was left in Nanyuki because I was in Agati. Kitoga was left in Tumutumu, Muikomi, Kiganjo.
Okay.
That's how the presbytery of Tumutumu was subdivided. Because it was huge.
Big,
it was
all the way to Timao.
Big. Not in Timao only. Milimani.
Okay.
After staying in Kilagati for 5 years, and I was transferred now near home because they noted that I come from here. So I was taken at Tigadaidi Parish, which was in Kirimara West. I stayed there for 5 years, and by then my contract, I started my contract there. So I retired in Kadaidi. 5 years was contract. Then because it is 5 years, I was transferred now to Tumutumu, Ishuga Parish, as a request that I would like to retire to where I started
your ministry
as the evangelist. And you know, my last service, that was on 30th December 2017, was done in Madaithi Parish. I buried somebody there who died there, and I was asked by the minister then to go and help him. So it was a good opportunity to tell people Madaithi that my prayer had been heard, where I started as an evangelist, that you know them. This is my last service. I have no other service, and as an active minister, if I come back, I'll come here as a retired minister.
Wow.
So from tomorrow, Sunday to 31st,
I'm retired.
I'm celebrating my retirement.
Okay.
And I was very happy.
Okay. Oh, that is
because I knew I was prepared to go.
So, what are the various challenges that maybe you can share with us that you experienced during the time of your active ministry?
Frequent transfers.
Frequent transfers.
Disturbance of my children's education.
Disturbance of the children's education, and that movement.
That
and
movement.
not just movement, you know, far and wide presence. Wow.
And I have to go with them. So I had to go and look for a school for them. That's a big challenge that I know has been a problem to me.
And to the entire family.
frequent transfers from Dodoli, 1 year after ordination, to Maera. 1 year to Kisumu. 3 years to Sherangani. 5 years to Kiabu. 6 years to Ragati. 5 years. So though literally my family was
The kids had grown up.
they had grown up. I don't know any other.
Yeah.
That I can
those are
say,
challenges. They are challenges that are being shared by many.
because if I say money,
Mm.
I had no challenge.
Mm.
I have no parish or privity that I can go back and die someday. No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Now, so how did you prepare for retirement? What are the things that you did in
The
preparation of your
The
retirement?
first is to have a home.
Mm-hmm.
That one, to have a home. Where shall I go? And this one I did it for about 6 years to settle myself. Because when I was coming from Karatina, I told you what some friends told me. And they said about some ministers whom they knew, who either died without a home, who either retired without a home. And John, Reverend John of Kabui, when we were in a Vuratano, he was telling us, ministers,
John,
hey John, remember yourself, know yourself.
Which John? Or
He died recently. He is from Kabui.
Okay, you can go ahead. You
I
remember.
don't recall his other name.
Karaja.
Karaja, yes. Karaja Adu.
Yes.
He used to tell us, you young men, know yourselves. And it happened a certain minister from Kirimara, this one, died. Those people who went to bury him, they were amazed to see there is no home. There is no home. So it was a charity to me. If it would happen to me, people come, what would they say and feel of me? That's when I started to think, when I was there, at around 2017, I know I shall retire. So I started to prepare myself because I knew 2018 I shall not be in the ministry.
Okay.
So I have to build some
Some praise.
To come and retire in it.
Okay.
And I'm happy for that.
Yeah, that's good.
Then I have some trees of coffee, some cows. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm comfortable.
Okay.
And I'm happy.
So now, what do you do in retirement?
Now, I just do some work here, no business. I have no other business. If you come, you meet me here. The only time you cannot meet me is when there are some our ministers there. Think of giving me some responsibility to help them. And mostly barring people. Mostly barring people. And that is the only.
About Sunday services?
I usually go. I usually do.
Do they engage you for Sunday services?
Yeah, they do. They do.
You attached to Kirimara East or
this
West?
Karidodo Parish.
This is in Kirimara West?
This Kirimara West.
Okay.
When I was leaving to Mutumu, I told them I don't want to stay here. I want me to go back home, Kirimara West. And it was accepted.
Yes.
When I came to Kirimara West in our presbytery, I told the presbytery, I don't want to be attached to you with another parish. I want you to attach me with my home parish.
Yes.
That is Karidodo. I left them long time ago, about 40 years I have not been with them. Or about 30 years I have not been with them. So I don't know them. They don't know me. As we go there, we struggle together. That's how I am here.
Oh, okay. Oh, that is good to hear.
Although I have a shamba in Kitale,
Mm.
in Cherangani we have a portion.
Mm.
We share a portion to my son
Mm.
to go and stay there.
Okay.
Mm.
So now that you are a retired minister and in the Presbyterian, what would you tell us about the working relationship between the retired ministers and the active ministers? Do the active ministers engage you a lot?
They do to me.
Mm.
To me,
Mm.
they do a lot.
Okay.
Even sometime I was attached with a parish
Mm.
in this presbytery, and I stayed with the parishioners for 70 months.
Mm.
Then PCA sent a minister there.
Mm.
So they engage me too
Oh,
much.
okay. Okay.
I have no problem,
Oh,
and they have no problem.
That is very good to hear.
And whenever we meet, they feel I'm a senior.
Mm.
I'm their senior.
Mm.
They are mzee.
Mm.
They call me mzee, a consultant.
Yeah. Okay. That's very good to hear.
So I have no problem.
Mm.
And I would like even the active ministers and the retired ministers who are not in our presbytery.
Mm.
It is good to have a unite, to work as a team.
Oh, yes. Okay.
To have harmony,
Mm.
because this is what we do here.
Mm.
And they do support me.
Mm.
They do support me.
Mm.
And they do support the other retired ministers here.
Mm.
The presbytery is not mean
Mm.
in supporting their
Yeah,
retired ministers.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's very important.
And they are not mean in supporting them.
Mm.
They do give them something
Mm.
to support them.
Okay. So there are some active ministers who sometimes feel that the retired ministers are interfering in the running of the parishes. What would you say to the retired ministers?
Maybe in other presbyteries,
Yeah, not here.
but not in this presbytery.
What would you
But
advise
what I
them?
would like to say generally,
Mm.
it is unfortunate for such young ministers
Mm.
thinking of being retired ministers being disturbances, because they don't know where those retired ministers are is where they are getting to.
Yes.
It is just a matter of some years, they become retired ministers. If they become troublers or ministers, retired ministers, that's what they'll get when they retire. They'll be troubled also.
Yeah, you're right.
So they have to think of the retired minister as active ministers within them.
Oh, yes. Now, what you have said is very important. The issue of working relationship and getting prepared, and also realizing and getting ready to be in that position of a retired minister at one point or the other. So now, Reverend Rushadi, we want to thank you for taking this time to share your story with us and experience in ministry. I know it has taken a lot of effort to prepare for this, and even opening your home for us to come and share with you. You said this is your first interview, but it did so well.
It's true.
And sharing that story was very important. It's important that we have that. We get to know that story, your experience, the transition from one parish to the other, and even to know that you accept the transfer as it comes, because it is God's plan.
Why refuse?
Yeah, there are some who don't accept transfers.
No.
So when we hear stories of people who accepted transfers wherever they were posted, then it's a challenge to us. So thank you so much.
Thank
and we
you.
pray that the Lord be with you and continue to be with you, even as you continue to be a consultant to the young ministers. Thank you for your time.
Thank
and for
you.
This interview. May the Lord
God bless you.
God bless
the
you.
same.
Yes.
The same. Thank you.
Yes. Viewers, thank you for listening. See you in the next episode of The Regents. May the Lord bless you. Thank you.